Punpun Onodera is dead. Figuratively speaking, he has cast away his life and starts anew. And of course, when he does starts a new life, when he does decide to change and become somebody else, Aiko comes back. I don't know how to feel, but it's Aiko appearing and disappearing and appearing again only at the start and at the end of a part. But she always has this like lingering effect on her, right? Even like in this part, for example, right? She appears at the start of this part and and then she's gone, right? Even then, her presence alone has so much impact, right? And then to spend this entire part with just Punpun contemplating himself and trying to find who he is. Ultimately, he decided to to no longer become Punpun Onodera and become somebody else. Figuratively speaking, again. When he does that, she appears yet again. See, now that they are meeting, now that they have met in person, and it's not Punpun imagining things, at least I hope so. I would say next part is the part where Punpun and Aiko kind of, is the part where they meet up again and reconcile and catch up. Problem lies with Sachi and how she is going to handle it. So now we have this triangle. This triangle between Punpun, Sachi, and Aiko. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily a love triangle, but it is a triangle in the spectrum of these three characters, where now it's just a matter of what Punpun's true intention is. Can he actually let go of the past? Because now the past is presenting itself to Punpun, right? In the form of Aiko. Hey, I'm here. I'm sitting right next to you. I'm the one who starts the conversation. Hey, Punpun? You're Punpun, right? Or is Punpun going to let go? I'm going to say yes. He is going to let go, but he's going to let go by the end of this story. He's going to cling on to Aiko yet again. It is, of course, his first love. Second love. His first true love, but his second love. Him and Sachi is going to have a... They're gonna have a talk. Boy. And we haven't even talked about we haven't even talked about the Shimizu and Seki stuff. Like that, I've always enjoyed the Seki and Shimizu's subplot, their storyline, but they are sort of on their own. For the most part, they almost felt like its own story. But for this part, I really enjoyed because we are actually learning more about their past and the revelation and whatnot. Like, yeah, honestly, I actually have no idea what to talk about. I am really tired. It is almost 5 a.m. in the morning. But what I will say is that the start of this part was really good, right? With the start with Sachi being rejected in terms of her manga being rejected, right? And then the publishers basically saying, "Hey, we don't want this. We don't want a story where it's all depressing and we're just being reminded of the real world. No, people want to escape reality. People want to be left alone. People want to have their fantasies." And while that is true in a way, it's also one very hypocritical and I would almost say a commentary on how the manga industry works. I don't know, but it kind of feels that way from how Asano wrote it, right? From from them being rejected and saying, "Hey, nobody wants to see like a dude fapping off," but then we cut to another panel where one of the editors are basically saying, "Hey, so like, can we change that to like her to like the dialogue to I want to sniff, like whatever," and I'm like, mm. So there's clearly there is some, you know, it's a difference in how one would approach their stories and how publishers and distributors and audiences, viewers, readers would take it all in. Sachi rebelling, and rebelling is a common theme in Punpun as well, right? Sachi rebelling against it and saying, "Nah, nah, man, that's bullshit." And then Punpun, of course, trying to comfort her, but it only makes it worse. Yeah. Honestly, this discussion and review is completely scatterbrained because of how tired I am. But it's a good part of Punpun. This was a good part of Punpun. Once again, Punpun has evolved. She has evolved into crazy. Now that I am thinking about it, right? Punpun finally shows his true human body, except for his head, obviously. But that is when he decided to not become Punpun. It's when he decided to become Taka. Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyways, like I said, I am actually tired, so I'm sorry if any of you guys are expecting a really long review or discussion for Punpun. I apologize. I just don't have it in me. um, I'll make it up next part, I suppose. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for watching my my read through slash reaction to Goodnight Punpun. If you do enjoy it, hit the like, subscribe, all that stuff. Early access is on Patreon, though the schedule has been kind of all over the place for Punpun. So once again, I also apologize in that regard. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next week for the next part of Punpun. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.